Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Zenith Elite 6150. You can see this 100-hour power reserve versatile Zenith Elite reference on our website. Purchase it there, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Zenith Elite 6150. The watch on my wrist was one of the most celebrated debuts of Basel World 2015. After a dalliance with outsourced Sellita calibers, Zenith recapitulated its commitment to its own in-house automatic caliber, the Elite family, not just by continuing it and giving it a stay of execution, but by enhancing it immensely, doubling its power reserve, and launching a new namesake line. The Elite Caliber 6150 lends its name to this reference. It's easy to wear, 42mm across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown, slim in profile. It has a wonderfully bowl-shaped profile that allows any dress cuff, no matter how tight, to slide over its sloping flanks and beautifully domed sapphire. You'll also note that from lug to lug, the watch is shapely but compact. 51mm across the wrist means, in my estimation, you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference with security and style. It's also important to note that those lugs downturn rather dramatically, almost 90 degrees from the sweep of the case band to the terminus of the lug. You can see how this would drape itself around a wrist rather than flaring out awkwardly, even if you were borderline for its size. The strap pulls straight down, unencumbered, and it's a beautiful rectangular scale alligator leather in navy blue with a monotone stitch and folded edges on the underside. The wonderfully luxurious rubber inlay that Zenith includes on its modern straps, separating the leather from the oils and moisture of the skin for long-wearing durability and comfort. This is an upscale time-only timepiece, so it features a full polished stainless steel deployant, and you'll also note double deployant, so easier to work with if you have a smaller wrist. It doesn't have that one big up and over fold that can pinch a smaller forearm, and it features a trigger mechanism built into the clasp such that the watch can't simply pop open. You must positively disengage by depressing both triggers. This is a detail that I love on deployant clasps. The case itself is simple but nuanced. As you can see, there's a contrast between the satin finish of the flank, which I should mention is a beautiful and unusual vertical satin finish. Usually a case band is horizontally finished in a satin granular tone, and you'll also note it contrasts beautifully with the polish of the bezel, but the lug hoods are not polished, so you have a contrast between the bezel and the lug hoods as well. You'll also note that the bezel itself is slightly superimposed over the case band to add a little bit of texture and a strong character line that runs the length of the case and profile. You'll also note the beautiful doming profile of the sapphire, which gives a little bit of a vintage aesthetic, almost like a mid-20th century plexiglass thermoplastic. Make no mistake though, same scratch resistance that you would expect from a sapphire. Beautiful dial, an elaborate blue sunburst with a rich, deep radial grain, polished indices, and a hand-applied Zenith Star logo. I like the fact that the branding is remarkably discreet and minimalist. Modern watch dials are almost like billboards. They tend to be overprinted and overcrowded. Here, this feels like minimalist printing that you would have seen at the apex of 20th century dress watch manufacture in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, identifying the mark and nothing more. Beautiful foy or leaf style hands at center with a lancet style seconds hand. Of course, you pull the crown, you do still retain stop seconds capability, and I will demonstrate how that works here. You can synchronize precisely to a reference time. You can manually wind it, and I'll have to say, not every automatic winds nicely in the hand. Some of them feel gritty, some of them feel almost gummed up, some of them are just plain unpleasant in ways that defy description. This one feels like a fine manually winding caliber, and that in spite of the fact that it is an automatic. 35 joules, 100-hour power reserve, you can see by virtue of the 2015 signature upgrade, twin mainspring barrels. It operates at a modern 4 Hz beat rate. This is the best of Zenith manufacturer watchmaking, not called El Primero, and Zenith does have a glorious history of manufacturer movements not called El Primero, from the 135 and 5011K chronometer movements to the goofy 707 Kartoffel potato-shaped chronometer caliber, to this modern Elite 6150. You don't need an El Primero to own a quintessential Zenith watch. You can see and own this one on our website.